Who are y'all?
So I'm Jeff Allen. You probably can't recognize me with the mask.
I thought you knew everybody in the class.
Pretty much.
I think that I haven't seen you since the town hall, but I haven't been to a town hall like since I started.
Well, so Leslie took over Cleveland a year or so ago, so that's why I haven't. I've been around, right? But not for town halls and stuff like that. And this is Pam Whitten.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Pam Whitten. And I think that it requires you to wear your mask.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have it, but I didn't grab it before I came. But it's downstairs.
Okay,
Well,
I think we have a disposable one.
yeah, that's cool. I was
You good?
I really thought that I was on my way out the door.
Did you guys see that DeWine posted statewide mandatory now masks?
Yeah, and I got a mask.
So that means, so I heard, right, if you have two people in the car, you're supposed to, yes, that's true? Huh?
You get pulled over, so it's like a seatbelt,
And
nobody has a mask, and you take it for that too.
really?
So if my wife and I are going out to dinner and we don't have masks on,
Mm-hmm.
he can pull you over.
Well, what's the charge if you get a ticket?
I don't know. It's not like they can pull you over for not having it, but if they do pull you over, and at least not
They can
one
cite
person
you.
that has a mask in the car, yeah, you're getting a citation.
This
And
is
that all
crazy.
starts tomorrow, right?
No, it started,
It was today? Did he put
Today,
it?
I believe so.
Wednesday.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I know they're uncomfortable and pain.
It's all right. I know what's going on today, so better safe than sorry.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so, and I know that you're shift soon, so I'm gonna try to just cut right to it. So, like Jeff said, my name's Pam Whitten. I am the Global HR Director for the business unit, so I have responsibility for all the plants in our business unit from an HR perspective. I work for Merrick Murphy. I don't know if you're familiar with his name. So he's our business unit president.
Okay.
What we're here for today is because we've got some allegations that we're receiving some employee complaints on, and they're all very, very concerning. So we want to talk to you about those, see what, if anything, you know about those, and I want to make sure that we all understand in the room that for the investigation, this is confidential, right? Which means we don't give your name to anybody. We don't say, who said what. It doesn't mean that later in the grievance process that, if there is a grievance process or other proceeding that we might be required to turn it over, but, we don't do that right now. So if you ask me, well, who said this and who said that, I'm not going to be able to tell you, nor would I be able to tell them what you said.
Okay.
So, that's the fundamental confidentiality requirement for the investigation. The other requirement is that everybody that participates in an investigation for the company responds completely truthful, 100% to the best of their ability. All right, so if you don't know something, say that you don't know. If you feel that something's important to tell me, but you don't know that it's a fact, just characterize as, I think this is important, but I'm not an eyewitness or an ear witness to it.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you could you, and I always start this way, so don't, I don't know if you've ever been involved in an investigation before. So why don't you go ahead and give me your name, your full name, please?
Dominique Jackson.
Could you spell it for me, Dominique?
DOMINIQUE.
Okay.
Jackson, JACKSON.
Okay. And how long have you worked for us, Dominique?
It was 3 years in January, so 3.5.
Okay. And what job are you in now?
I'm a thermal operator now.
Okay. And how long have you been a thermal operator?
I came over in October 2019.
Okay.
All second shift?
Yep. Well, I was on first. Matter of fact, I think it was October 2018. I'm trying to think.
That's okay.
No, it was 2019 because I was pregnant in 2019, and I was on first shift.
Okay.
First.
And I try to get a feel for, you know, what your background and experience is, and, you know, maybe where you worked as it would have related to some of these issues, so.
Yeah, before that, I was a hot inspector in the press room. So, yeah, I left the press room in 2000 and... I'm trying to think, was it 2018 or 2019? I left the press room in 2019.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you've been a thermal operator for a fairly short period of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, that was 2018 because I was pregnant in 2019, and I was on first shift.
Okay.
So it was 2018 that I came to heat treat as a thermal operator.
Okay, that's fine. And just as a matter of housekeeping, if you will, you know, I need to ask, are you recording this conversation?
I always record conversations with HR.
Okay, well, you do not have my consent to record this conversation.
Do I need your consent?
That's up to you.
What's up to
You can.
What's up to me?
I'm just telling you, you do not have my permission,
Okay.
consent to record the conversation. Now, if you two want to step out and have a moment and talk about that, how you're going to respond, that's fine, but.
Okay.
I got no further, so you don't need to record.
Okay.
I don't know what's really important to me. I don't know. Gym membership. I bet a bunch of gym memberships that whoever wrote this wrote it on opinion. We can argue about why they have the opinion, but my guess is they're not going to have the hard data to prove it, and they're going to get themselves in trouble because somebody's going to sue them.
Hard data to prove what?
The accusations, I mean, you read this, all have played a part in the unfair and unjust treatment of blacks or look the other way.
I didn't get into like reading it and, you know, going through it. As a matter of fact, the first 2 times I even watched the video, I only watched it. I didn't have my headphones in, so I couldn't like hear what was being said or any of that. So some of it is new to me.
Yeah, so, I mean, and I'm just, you know, I'm saying this from a representation standpoint, is that I don't know why anybody that would write something like this would want to be on a stand if one of these, if somebody sues somebody and has to explain to them why they said that.
So
Maybe they took a
understand
lot
and
better
prove the
notes
point.
than I ever have in my life. I don't know.
So
Pardon me?
they do get understand and prove the point. So anybody who won that picture that shows them.
Yeah, I mean, but my reaction to that, to what you said was,
I'm going in too much into depth with this, man. I gotta get ready.
okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. All right.
You go.
Yeah, I'm okay. Is that all y'all wanted from me?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as we go through this, you know, I can't foresee a need for us to have to talk to you again, but until it's closed, I can't sit here and say that it's closed, so.
Whatever y'all need, y'all.
Yeah, and I appreciate.
Clearly know where to
yeah,
find
and
me.
Yeah. And I mean, I appreciate the conversation. You know, I don't take anything that you said that is disrespectful. I take it as your point of view and your opinion, you know, which I respect. And I'm just maybe asking you to consider a different viewpoint as well. And I will, based on, I mean, I hope that you know how intently Jeff and I listen to everything that you said, and you know that certainly will be incorporated in you know how we move forward as a plant and a culture. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night. I gotta ride this buggy all the way down.
I'll tell you this all.
Get my bag. You stand over?
Yeah.
I gotta go get my bag. must not.